Right.
So who do you think's winning right now?
Drake.
I got
No,
Drake winning just with the
I'm going
last one.
Kendrick. Kendrick is
Drake
Kendrick is
just
ouch.
Drake just had good fucking beats, and just his last response really just summed up a lot. So I'm curious to see how Kendrick's going to come back with it.
I wonder how
Yeah.
he's going to respond. I
That's
do
what I'm
want to
saying. So he's got the last word. So when Kendrick had the last word on the last song, I was like, damn, Kendrick smoked his ass. And then it's like, how's Drake going to come back? He just called him out for being a pedophile. And it's like, he comes back out with it, and then he drops like the whole molested shit. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, how's he going to respond back to that? So it's
Bro,
like,
how would you
Yeah.
compare this rap battle in like the eyes of like the men's physique industry? Like these are kind of like the best going at it. Like
I mean, they're two different rappers. I mean, you got a guy who's, West Coast, and then you got a guy who's the king of the mountain right now. Everybody's gunning for him, but I
I'd
mean,
say Andre Ferguson and Jeremy Buendia
I like it. Two OGs. Two
for
OGs.
sure. Just because like when they were both in their prime, they were both really good. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
And they
and
talk
just
a lot of
Andre
shit.
has just never hit that peak to win a Mr. Olympia. And
yeah,
it's kind of like Andre could be Kendrick because Kendrick ain't at that mountain that Drake.
yeah,
Drake is killing it. He's been killing
yeah.
it for years, right?
That's
Just
a
like
good
Jeremy,
comparison.
right? So Jeremy has won 4 consecutively. Drake has been consecutively at the
Yeah,
top of the rap game for a
yeah,
while. So it's like a Jeremy and a Drake rap battle. Like it's
yeah,
crazy
I like
yeah.
it.
to
No,
put it in
that's
our
funny.
perspective.
I like that.
You could always apply it to men's physique. Always.
Always,
There's always
always.
something. There's always some drama. There's always something that could be covered. And I know a
Fact.
lot of people that follow men's physique, they love rap. I mean, rap's popular.
Absolutely.
I mean, so it's a topic that's trending right now. So being able to talk about it and apply it, I mean, to
Hell yeah.
Facts.
men's physique, it makes sense. But that's funny. Wait, Jeremy and Dre, that's funny.
Seriously. But first things first, fellas. Kind of hitting and recapping on last week's podcast. So we do have an update from Tyler Manning himself regarding the weight cap and the time frame you have to make the weight. So I sent him a message, quick message asking like, hey, so what's the time limit on guys if they do not make the weight? Is it a DQ or what is it? He was like, what's up, man? Hey, you only have until the end of check-ins,
Oh
which
wow.
which is usually, he
Like 30,
says,
like
An
an hour.
hour.
usually like around an hour to make that weight. Bro, that's some news that
Bro,
I
people
I
didn't believe it.
did not think. I did not
I'd find a
think,
sauna. I would find a sauna for 45 minutes or something.
I'm throwing up, bro.
bro.
I'm
You would have
that
to.
diazide ain't working that quick.
Nah, that
No,
diet ain't
that
working.
diet is not going to work within the hour. So that's why I really wanted to start this podcast off with that first, because that's when we talk about giving the division the feedback, the justice that it needs, for me to have the opportunity, the resources, to actually message Tyler, and get clarity on some of these topics that we do talk about. It's huge. It's huge. So that was big news
Absolutely.
from
Bro,
Tyler, because bro, that's not a lot of time.
I was curious about it too, so that's actually cool that you.
yeah.
I mean,
Like,
there's a lot of people that probably had questions about that too. And another thing is to add in, the NPC does not have a weight cap, so a lot
No,
of guys don't
yeah,
really fully understand this. I coach a lot of NPC guys. A lot of them don't understand that, and they think they need to be as close to the weight cap as possible. But to all the
no,
NPC guys out there, you don't have a weight cap. Now, if you go pro, and when you go pro, that's when you apply it. So it's another good thing to know.
yeah,
absolutely, that's huge.
it's crazy, man. Well,
And wait, hold on. We also gonna dive into this too.
talk.
Oh my gosh, people! If y'all don't take that damn syrup out the goddamn refrigerator, like today, like no, I mean yesterday. Take that shit out of the refrigerator. I don't
Bro,
know
man.
who. Does it say like keep refrigerated on the bottle or something somewhere? Because please
No.
let me know. I've
Bro.
never seen that shit in my life.
So
My
check this
Like,
out.
what?
Aunt Jemima syrup go straight into the fucking pantry, bro. I'm tired of this shit.
Come on, man.
Listen, check this out though. I was at Sam's Club the other day and they had waffles in the fridge. And guess what was in it? a little tray of syrup, and it was in the fridge. Even Sam's.
But guess what you got to do with that
syrup?
syrup? Guess what you got to do with that syrup?
Wait for it to thaw out.
You got to throw that shit out or warm it up. Come on, bro.
Oh,
when you go buy actual syrup, it's on the shelves, bro. It's not in the fridge.
On that
Like,
shelf.
Well, it's like kind of like mustard though too. So the same thing applies. Like, does that mean you keep your mustard in the cabinet? I mean, until you open it, right?
This podcast is going to start a damn culture war.
It literally says it on the bottle. Once you open it, refrigerate. It don't say that with syrup.
I know. I don't even use it, so it doesn't even matter. But
True.
I'm just saying.
True. But what's crazy? It's funny. It's funny to see the responses, man, from the Instagrams to the people messaging me and like, bro, like people really doing that nasty shit. I'm like,
it reminds me of that dress that was like the gold and white dress with the blue and the black, and it's like the preference. Like, so some people do it and you can't change their mind. It's like something that I don't know. It triggered something like in their eyesight to where some people actually saw that color, and I'm like, these people are bullshit, you know. So
and I got a unique circumstance, bro. My wife is white, so like this is two different cultures coming together, bro. So I had to change it, bro. I got Miss Butterworth in the fridge. Meanwhile, I got Aunt Jemima in the pantry, bro. It's just,
you just got to have your two separate ones, and then just
it's
double
crazy,
it up.
It's just,
I could see that from the podcast last week with George when I said I kept it in the fridge. Everybody's like, "What the hell? Like for what?" And I'm like, it kind of made me but it made sense once you explained it. It's kind of like it makes sense, you know. Like when I would go to breakfast places, they always had it warm or like
on the table, right? Like just on the table.
So it makes sense. It just being in my house growing up as a kid, like my mom just always had it there. So it all stems from your parents too, what they showed us. I never knew it was wrong because that's what they always did. So it's like, I didn't know any difference. But when I have kids one day, maybe I'll have to tell them, hey, it goes in the pantry, you know?
Teach them, bro.
Smart. Hey, start the trend now.
Change the cycle. It makes sense because anytime that I ever had it, it was warm. You know,
and it's better warm too. It's better warm, but
it makes sense. I heard George out last week. He's like, "What do you want to put cold ass fucking syrup on warm pancakes? Like it pretty much cancels it out, you know." And I kind of applied it to honey too. Like you think about honey. If you refrigerate honey, it's just like But exactly. I mean, no, I get it. I think I'm converted now. So, and I'm not just saying this to say it so I can fit in. It makes sense.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go. Drew, how many days out are you now?
19, so just under 3 weeks. So today being Monday, just under 3 weeks here.
How's the weight cap?
I just checked your check-in. I was like, oh, that boy weighs.
I made the weight cap. I made the weight cap this morning. So fasted. I was 201.6. So I'm 4 ounces under the cap. Yeah. So it's gonna be that's without water manipulation on my third low day. You're gonna be good. Yeah, I'll definitely be good. Definitely notice. I know you see my progress pictures and everything. I've still added a significant amount of density, my upper chest, my back, and I showed you the difference from the Chicago Pro to pretty like last week. And I mean, it's a big difference, but I'm still the same weight, you know. So body composition, switching up your training, kind of. Just you would think going in an off season, I'm going to gain all this weight, but that's why you got to take into account this weight cap. Not allow yourself to get extremely, you don't want to blow up. It's all about size. Look at Andre Benson, for example, the lightest guy on stage, but literally smokes everybody because of his proportions.
Weight means nothing. Weight means nothing. At the end of the day, all it matters is that you hit the weight cap, bro. Like I've seen so many people put so much emotion towards a number on a scale when in the reality is like so many variables aren't being looked at with that number that at the end of the day, you could be the same exact weight as you were last year on stage, but look fucking 10 pounds bigger. So it really doesn't matter.
And that's what I pretty much said. Unless you're absolutely peeled and you're still over that weight, that's when you got to really kind of look at the approach, because then it comes down to the peak. We talked about this last week. Like, it's not like UFC to where we could just sit in a sauna and flatten out and like drop 20 pounds in a night. This is having the look, not just the number on the scale, but we have a day to fill out. So if you're used to loading throughout the week, you got to be careful with your water. You don't want to, go in with 4 meals deep, check in at 6 and be over,
Yeah.
So it's another thing to take into account.
This weight cap do help. And what it does expose, it exposes the good coaches and the bad coaches. Yep. So for those who have them cookie cutter ass diets and cookie cutter ass prep weeks, that shit ain't working no more. So when we start seeing these shitty ass physiques on stage, we gonna know who that coach is. I tell you that for sure.
I got a question because I just posted a full day of eating on my YouTube, and I got a lot of people who DM'd me and was like, "Oh, you got to be being coached by Cuts right now." So I had to ask you guys, like, what kind of approach does he have? Is this carb cycling? Because that's what a lot of people
Yeah.
jumped right to.
It depends on the
Uh,
person, but for the most
depends.
part, yeah. Banks, you start.
It really depends. Shit, we in the beginning we didn't carb cycle, but then we started the carb cycle to kind of fill that chest out, see what it looks like, deplete it, blah blah blah. Like it's just a whole, it's a whole like manipulation process of peaking and doing what he does as the freaking mad scientist. But the thing is Cuts is so brilliant. It don't matter what direction or person he's peaking or dealing with, he's going to get it done.
He's a
And
robot,
he's
bro.
not gonna sit there and he's not gonna sit there and be like, well, no, okay, you 10 guys, we're gonna carb cycle you. The other 10 guys, we're just gonna do, he's so like, bro, it's weird how he does it. He's just everything is to the T and he's very on it when it comes to the specific person.
Once he knows your physique too, then he really
Right.
knows. Like you do a prep with him, it's like your prep for the most part stays the same as far as the food that you're eating, but what changes
Yeah.
is the amounts and how frequently he changes it. And I say this all the time. He's a robot, bro. He's like he transcended from the heavens to be put on this planet to coach people.
Literally.
Like it's
It's
wild. At
weird.
Chicago Pro, he is picking 5 guys. And I think out of the 5, 4 of us were in first call out.
I
Yeah,
remember
4
that
of us
shit.
were in first call out. And as he's like giving me, like he remembered my diet from like the night before and then the night before that to peak me. And as he's giving me like my peak and telling me what to do backstage, he's on his phone telling other people what to do because it's check-in Saturday morning. And then he's telling like Nick what to do. He's telling Chevy what to do. He's telling all these guys. I'm like, this is wild. And he remembers everything. He'll remember my exact cycle to a T,
Yeah.
meal 5 at like 7:30 at like last year. Like it's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
One thing I'll say is this, man. What I truly believe what separates, I've made a post today on the Men's Physique Radio Pod Instagram page and just kind of giving love to a lot of the coaches in our industry. And I realized they have one similar trait, at least from what I hear from a lot of their clients, and especially Cuts' clients, where it's the eye. Like I could give the same exact, or anybody could give the same exact meal plan as Cuts, but it's when to pull the lever, when to know to make certain things, or simply not to make a move at all. And I believe that's what separates you, man. Like people think it's the secret diet, it's the drugs. At the end of the day, it's the eye, man. Like it's so cool now being a coach and understanding and learning from a lot of different perspectives. It's so cool to see truly what separates you to be a great coach, because like you said, it has nothing to do with the food, right? It has nothing to do with, like I said, the drugs, or a lot of it is the mental side of things, and then knowing when to pull the lever and when not to. And Cuts seems like he has it down, and that's why, at one point I was out there looking for a new coach, right? And I'm like, everybody was like, go to Cuts, go to Cuts. I'm just sitting here like, there's no way this man has time for all his clients. Like, I don't understand how.
I didn't think so either, bro. I didn't think so either. It's crazy.
That's why, but we got to get him on here.
But here's the thing. What's crazy was, so, and I think when it was like my rookie season, like after I kind of blew up, and then won in New York, and then I think going into the Arnold, like, bro, when I say so many Olympians wanted to merge over to Cuts, and he ended up taking them on, like, I didn't panic because I thought like I would have less coaching or less of our friendship. No, bro.
Yeah.
He's too. It's not even a robot, bro. He's just so godly gifted
Yeah.
to where it makes zero sense to us, but in the back of his mind, his head is like, oh, this shit is easy. Like
Another thing with him is he strives to be a better coach, no matter
that part.
what athlete it is. Like he'll notice
Right.
things in my physique, and he goes, "We could be this much better." So I remember for Atlantic Coast, he wanted me going to bed every night at like 9:30 because he wanted me waking up because he knew that I'm always better at finals because I have more time to kind of obviously get more food in, your body adjusts. So for those 2 weeks after Olympia, I got right back on my diet that Sunday after the show, and he had me go to bed every night at 9:30. And as you guys know, when you're on the Trenbolone, you really can't sleep. So you're sitting there for a while, like trying to force yourself. But it's if you want it bad enough, it can be done. And it was extra data for us, and it's more data for him. And then not just me, but other people as well that he's coaching. So, but what works for me, he does other approaches completely different for other guys. Like he knows that we could get away with conditioning is our thing. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I realized throughout preps, when I'm really tuned in, I'm a hyper responder. So if I specifically train a body part, it rapidly improves very quickly in a small period of time, especially like without gaining crazy amounts of tissue, or like not tissue, but weight. You could see it looks like a 10-pound weight difference in my back pictures. And I have to send it to you for like a thumbnail while I'm talking about this, so people could kind of understand. I'm the same weight in both pictures from Chicago Pro last year to now.
I
And
got your update the other day, bro. This shit don't make sense. Like the density, it looks like you added 5 pounds of muscle on your back, so it doesn't make sense how you're the same weight. It just doesn't.
Yeah,
to me either. It don't make no sense. But
is he really straight to the point? Like you ask him a question, it's like yes, no, or this, that. Like it's real simple.
It sometimes depends. He'll ask you some questions about like, hey, how you feel? Do you feel crispy today, or do you feel full? Like, and depending on how you answer, and then your look, yeah,
is how he's going to.
Because he asks you how you feel too, because he doesn't know how you feel.
Respond.
Yeah. That's it's cool, man. Like I said, we got to have him on the podcast. That man is probably like the most known character.
He's selfless. That's the thing about him. He's so selfless. Like he wants this for his athletes. Like when I first started working with him, I mean, he told me, he goes, listen, I'm going to make you a star. Just stay level-headed. His words. He's literally said that to me. He goes, stay level-headed and stay coachable. So we built up a relationship just from obviously respect, mutual respect for each other. I'm a hard worker. He's a workaholic. He's the best at what he does. And, from there, it's like, okay, I trusted him. I confided in him, and he wanted it just as much as me. And he's a very selfless person. Like, that's why I was on stage when I won Chicago, and I said right on the mic, I'm like, Ariel, we did it. And I looked right at him. He's like, man, I can't believe that. And he didn't want me to do Chicago. He offered to pay my flight to go to Columbia. He wanted me to go to Columbia. He's like, Toplyn's doing Chicago. He said, John Mullings is doing it. Nick is doing it. And, he's defending. So on paper, nobody, would have ever thought. I even myself, I'm like, okay, top 3. Toplyn, I had him win it. I had you win it, bro. Like that's just, from that Miami look, you were coming off like just, I look at Banks being the champ, and then I'm looking at you, and who's more comparable to that look? My look compared to Banks, the standard, or your look? You guys are like identical as far as the height. You're filled out, you're full, back symmetry, detail. You were closer to it. So that's what I thought,
Yeah.
So being realistic with myself, I'm like, okay, I know that I'm not going to have the biggest back. You have what I lacked. So that's what it came down to.
And that's the unique thing about our physiques, bro. Like you have, you exposed my weakness, and I exposed your weakness. But on that day, bro, I'm sorry, you were hitting. And to me, it was very clear. Like, going into that show, my expectations were high. Like, there's no question about that. But that was not a show where I can sit back and say anybody else deserved that other than you. It was very, very clear. And truthfully, bro, like you were so consistent throughout the year, like almost like a Clarence effect, where even if you weren't 100%, like you were within 10%. And then on that day, man, it was just like all the stars aligned. It was in your hometown, and it was just one of the crispiest. Keep in mind, under the worst lighting I think I've ever seen at a show, you still somehow looked inside out. Like it was nuts. And again, man, it was well deserved. And honestly, man, like that's why in almost every single show that you're doing this season, like I have you as a front runner, if not, the guy to win. Like you exposed.
So you got to do Miami now.
I need to get my get back.
That's what you got to do. You got to do Miami.
I'm doing Miami or Toronto, but I'm.
Hey, let's make this interesting. Banks, who's winning Miami?
It's me.
If it was me or Toplyn, who's winning Miami?
It's me.
So what we saying at both of y'all best, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't lie to yourself. That's basically saying. Now let me stop.
Toplyn said him, so now you got to say me to make it 1-1.
Nah, speak your truth.
Somebody at my door, but
you can get it if you need to. I can still talk my shit.
No, I'm good. I'm on ring. I don't know who it is, and
make it interesting. Have people comment below.
Yeah.
But don't just say who, say why. We got Miami. Let's hype it up. Throw Dre in there too. Andre Ferguson. Throw him in there.
Is he doing it?
Possibly. He told me if I do New York, he won't do Miami. And I said, well, if I did New York, you're going to have to do Miami.
I thought you were gonna do New York because I know you wanted to get at him, or just.
I didn't want to rush the plan.
Yeah.
Ariel said, hey, listen, don't rush the plan. The original goal was Miami. I was ready ahead of time. So the reason why I'm doing Louisiana Optimum Classic is because Palmetto doesn't have a pro side this year. So it's just Optimum, the only show that's a week before the original plan date. So me rushing it 2 weeks is a big time frame to change your physique. Guys could either get really a lot better in 2 weeks, or they could get a lot worse. And if I'm rushing it, I just want to make sure that everything just was perfect, So
who's doing Optimum? I don't know anybody doing Optimum.
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't. I truly.
There's a few new guys. My buddy Brandon. He's it's his pro debut. He's got a solid look. I mean, but the thing is, the pro debut guys, they don't really know what to expect. You come into a show and you haven't seen them stack up to other guys. You go off of Instagram, and there's very few pro debut guys in history to ever win their pro debut. So, starting at an Optimum show, I don't think it's going to be a huge show.
Vitor could do it. Now I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's his show.
Nah,
I thought it was DC.
He's doing DC. Usually it's DC. I talked to him. I talked to him. He said he wasn't. He said he was going to do New York or Pittsburgh, New York, and then he said he's going to go home. He said he had a lot of family stuff that he had to focus on. That's the last thing he said to me. But I know, things can change. But he won DC back to back, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I know Denver's wide open too.
He's not qualified yet.
He's going to get qualified before he goes.
Speaking of that, bro, we got Pittsburgh coming up here, and there's been a lot of shit talking.
Wait. Aaron, answer the question first.
Look, I was trying to get past it. I'm like, okay, yes, let's go. Shit.
Hey, this is all love, bro. It's all love.
I'm gonna be real completely honest. I will say Alex. If both of you guys are at 100%, I'm gonna choose Alex, just because I do think Alex's back is not way superior than yours, but he has that thickness. And the thing is, he is, again, coming from me, a taller guy. His frame is wider, and I think even when you had beat him, and Alex, I think Alex was just off. I don't know why he lost that or whatever the case may be, but I just think when you beat him, you were just, the conditioning was just,
it was
out of this world. It was just out of this world.
Nobody was close.
But we're talking about if you're both at your best, you're crispy, he's crispy. Then now we're judging off of shape. I have to go. I have to go with Alex.
You go with the guy that has a similar build to you. I see.
I have to.
No,
you know what I mean?
I respect it. I get it. I understand it.
I have to say this though, and I firmly believe this. I truly believe I can stand next to anybody at my best. I don't care who it is. And I'm not just sitting here speaking shit. I know I still need time to go to, beat Aaron, to beat Brandon. I'm not blind to that, but I truly believe in my heart of hearts, if I'm at my best, it's me versus me. So I don't care what show I do. It's truly, I feel like it's me versus me. So,
and that's the mindset you need to have to be the best. It is the mindset. If I went into a show and I think that I'm taking second or whatever, I'm realistic with myself. I try to, hey, listen, there's top Olympians in there. Hey, I'm not going to do Dubai because I know that I'm just not there yet. I could utilize more of a prep to really improve, to be even better, because then I'm covering more ground to be closer to these guys that are, a year or two in density, above me. So, I don't know, man. I just feel like you just got to be smart and strategic with a lot of things, especially in this sport.
The goal is to get to the Olympics, bro. It eats me up. Don't get me wrong. The goal is to get to the Olympics.
We're all gonna come around and be on the same stage anyway. So it's that's the show that matters too. It's the only show that matters.
Get there, right? Like, people were talking shit before when Ben went to India to compete. I'm like, bro, just stop. Like, he qualified for the Olympia. Like, and he got a chance to do what he loved in a country where he now probably has a bigger fan base than ever just because he did that show. So I don't give a fuck. He's going to the Olympia, and he can shut it down now and focus. Like, it doesn't get to the Olympia. Any means necessary. That's the goal. I don't care what you got to do.
But look how much ground Ben is covering now that he took the time off. Like, he's only going to be that much better than he was last year. And also, a lot of guys look similar this year. Yes. Who has really made crazy improvements to where they came out and has been the most improved? Like, wow, they look so much better than last year. So many guys have stayed on prep.
I'm going to call myself on that one. I'm going to call myself on that one.
You haven't been on stage yet.
When we talk about improvements, hey.
Bro, I saw you today on your live, man. Your chest was talking to me, bro.
You look big as bro. Uncomfortable.
Bro.
I don't know how you hit your weight cap, bro. You gonna be in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm 8 pounds away. We 12 weeks away.
Oh, damn. 8 pounds? I'm 4
pounds. Your bones are hollow, bro.
I'm 4 pounds away this morning, so we getting there. But
wait, your show is what? 3?
Me?
3 weeks, and then Miami's 4.
Yeah, 4 for Miami.
You got enough time. 4 pounds ain't nothing.
This is my thing is do I want to peak back-to-back weeks? Because I'm definitely doing St. Pete on June 29th. It's right down the street from me. So now my question is.
I would say peak back-to-back because when I peaked the freaking Arnold Classic to Boston, bro,
you get harder, sharper, tighter. Have a cheat meal right after the show. It's going to literally ignite everything else, and you're going to be tighter. That's what it was for Chicago. So the Sunday, because Vancouver was on Sunday.
Oh, you ate like shit.
I came back, dude. I came back. I was still drunk till like Wednesday, and then I remember jumping into the dude. I'm not even joking. I think I was so dry because I really was like, okay, this is my last show of the season. If I don't make it, at least I'm ending with a bang in my. Bro,
I remember, bro. We put on your story. This man was eating. I was like, he ain't doing Chicago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Came in there.
Yeah, but you guys got to remember that was after 5 shows pretty much back to back. So my body was already like, I was laying less each show.
You ate that shit.
Yeah. So my body just utilized it all. And it just pretty much, nothing was sticking because I was so pretty much used to dieting that even after the show, like I spent, what was it? I think 2 or 3 weeks pretty much just still working out, like following my diet, but like a couple cheats throughout the week. And I still didn't spill. I stayed so tight to where I had to like go really like deep into a surplus in calories to really just add size and kind of fill back out. But my body needed that rest.
That's nutty, bro. Yeah. That like you said,
don't do this. Don't listen to me and then think that, hey, going into a show, like just do a bunch of bullshit. No,
please don't do that shit.
If you don't have Drew's conditioning, don't follow what he says. As simple as that.
Please don't.
All right. We got Pittsburgh.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about conditioning. I swear, bro, white people get so fucking crispy.
Bro,
I be talking to cuts. I'm like, bro, I don't look like that. Like, that shit is crispy as fuck. He's like, it's just a white and black thing.
Bro, we got to play the right. It's just
I be looking at white people like, shit. They hella peeled.
It has to be the syrup. It has to be the syrup, bro.
Syrup. It's syrup. That's right. I got to start putting the syrup in the fucking refrigerator.
I got to put my syrup in the cabinet. Am I going to have a bubbly back? Or that boxer glove chest. You guys got full ass chests and bubbly bags. I'm like,
you got that Caucasian drive.
Hilarious. That is hilarious, bro. Golly.
We're on to something here, man. We're starting a movement. You can't get canceled. There's going to be certain things to where some people, like some of the stuff that Hart says, I get a kick out of. And the other day, what did he say with George Brown and the shiesty? Looked like he was about to stick up a Walmart. Bro, I'm like, damn, bro.
I laughed and I'm sitting here saying the wrong one's going to hear it. The wrong one.
I mean, I laugh. I got humor and he's got the humor too. Like George kind of knows. And I'm just like other people. I remember Hart made a segment on me and he was talking about the big bubbly black dudes that everybody's scared of. And, you know, I was showing out for the white boys and I'm like, oh God, man. Like, I'm like, he's like making it seem like it's coming out of my mouth. Like, I'm just like, I had a few people message me. They got a kick out of it, but I was like, okay, we're good. We're in the clear. But I mean, he gets away with a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I give him his props for that, man. Like if I said that shit, my shit would be taken down tomorrow.
He's confident. He's too confident sometimes, but we love him. Can we now get into Pittsburgh?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
This is definitely this is the show that I've been waiting for personally, man. Because like I said, this is the one that kicks off the season. We
This is that
have
one.
we have 5 current Olympians. We have 3 who are already qualified in this season who won previous shows. We have 2 previous top 10 placing Olympians, and we have young guns jumping in. We have Deke Walker, who you might be familiar with. He basically placed top 5 in like the last four or 5
Deep.
shows.
Deep.
Yeah, dude is just comes in pretty peeled. But
Yeah.
start with Clarence, man. Again, Mr. Consistent. He's somebody at the end of the day. I always say he's like an assassin. He can creep up and jump anybody who's off. Obviously his weakness is his back. I did hope he would take a little bit of time to focus on growing his back into the Olympia, but he jumped in here. I think this is a win-win situation for him because nobody has crazy high expectations. And at the end of the day, I believe that he can, be as high as third place. No disrespect, but I think he can beat a lot of guys who, people aren't expecting him to beat on paper. He looks phenomenal, and again, conditioning is going to be there. We know that. If he put it this way, if he brings what he brought in Texas, shit, that's a whole different story. Like,
Okay, wait though. Wait. Before you start doing all that. Who are the top guys in this show?
Vitor, on paper, Vitor, Ali Bilal, George Brown, Andre Benson, Clarence, and I would probably say those are the 5 on paper as of now who announced. The list is coming out tomorrow.
I guess it's hard without a list, though.
Yeah, but I will say, bro, Ali Bilal looks fucking peeled right now.
And that's what I was. Wait.
Oh my
And
God, bro!
You got to understand. That's why I said, let me hear who you talking about before you start itching him to places where you got people who are wider than him, who have bigger backs than him, who bring some just as much conditioning as him. Like, bro, he's going up against some good guys. Like
Listen,
Ali Bilal is one of those guys whose shape is just shaping. You know what I mean?
His shape is it's not something though. Like when I think of shape, who has the best shape out of those guys?
Okay, wait, time, pause. Let me rewind it. Let me take that back. When his posing shape, when he get into his front shot, it's a good look, bro.
He knows his angles. He knows his angles.
He does.
His angle is good. When he turns to the back, it kind of exposes his shape a little bit. But again, that's what we talked about previously on the other podcast. When you turn around, that's going to expose your real shape, regardless of what you do with the front.
You can't hide that bone structure.
Not hide that. So the thing is, even with Ali Bilal, I don't think Clarence beats Ali Bilal. And Clarence is my dude. But Ali Bilal front shot is killer. Like, I think Ali Bilal front shot.
So let's break it down.
Yeah.
So they both have conditioning. I still would give the conditioning to Clarence. The front,
yes.
I still give Clarence the conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ali's peeled, but I think he just has better lines in certain areas.
Yeah.
Clarence is just grainy all around, like
That's
grainy.
true, yeah.
Seeing him in person, it's completely different. Now the back pose I give to Ali, even though they both lack a little bit in the back. So it's going to be a show of guys that obviously have better backs than both of these guys, but breaking them down. I mean, I give Ali an edge, but I have Clarence very, very close. But here's the thing with Ali. He was peeled at the Olympia, and we saw how he did. So it's almost like with the criteria, is it going to come down to?
What place did he place at the Olympia that year?
He was
16th, wasn't he?
He was like last call out.
Yeah.
Like he was in the call out with Buon, I believe.
Wait, this past one?
Yeah, but in 2022 he was 9th. So like, and he
he went from 9th all the way to 4th or 5th call out.
He wasn't
Hey,
off.
don't people out there in the world don't hate me, but I didn't even know Buddy did last year's Olympia.
I had to listen, like, but that's what I'm saying.
I was only regarding him from when he placed 9th.
Because that's what people remember. I mean, usually
Buddy was hitting in 22, like
he was.
But I didn't even I just started following him again. I haven't really followed his career. But I knew when he first came on the scene, he was hitting. You know what I mean? So
he sent me his most recent updates, and I'll put it on the screen here for you guys to see it. But
I haven't seen anything yet though, so I'm kind of going off of last year, some of the updates that I've seen him post on Instagram.
This is the best. This is the best I've seen him leading into a show, and I'm going to give him that. There's no question about that. He looks great, and I honestly
he took time off. He took time. Not a lot of
did.
guys this season have taken time off.
He did.
A lot of the guys haven't came out yet. Like me, you. Like think about it. A lot of these guys, like Charjo, like these guys that are top guys that haven't even competed yet. Arya, Safai. Like a lot of these guys, like there's so many slots that are open right now, but there's so many great competitors not qualified.
Bro, I want to talk to you guys about that at the end. There's a lot.
Yeah, let's definitely talk about that. That has to be like a big talk.
I'm breaking down the numbers before the podcast. I'm like, hold on, there's this many shows. There's already this many qualified.
I think there's 16 left. 16 in the U.S.
It's more. Oh well, I did total, but in
the U.S., yes, it's not that many left.
But
after this weekend,
there's overseas. There's
a lot, bro.
Like
so that means
20 something shows,
bro. Yeah. I broke. It's a lot. But okay. So Ali, Clarence, they're going to be. Personally, I think they're going to be very close. I'm going to give the edge to Ali. Again, based off the updates that I've seen, I haven't seen too many updates from Clarence. I believe he posted one earlier today. I didn't really see much difference in the back, but I'm mainly going to give that to him based off the back. I'll give the conditioning to Clarence. I'll give the structure more to Ali. Again, he knows how to manipulate in the front shots, but from there, I think it's still going to be close. And I firmly believe that if Clarence brings Texas look, then it's going to be a much different conversation.
Let me tell you why I'm going to give it to Clarence. Clarence has already done shows. He's got his feet wet. Mm-hmm. He's taken a little bit of a break. I think his metabolism's peaking right now. I think he's a guy that gets better with time too.
You can't always say that.
No, but Ali's fresh. So you don't know. There's a lot that could be twisted around. Like he might come on stage and not look how he does on IG. I mean, we've seen it with a lot of guys this year. Clarence, that you can be confident with his look. If he's posting up, he's confident. He's going to be conditioned. Anybody could be off, but just because he's done so many shows this year, I think that I'm going to give him.
Bro, Clarence ain't coming off condition-wise. Boy, you know who his coach is?
Just in general, being full. I think everything. I think he's just going to be maxed out. I think he's going to be full of shit. And that's why, Ali having the first show of the season, sometimes when you haven't been on stage for a while and you get on stage, it's a different feeling. You get nervous, you get adrenaline, you start pumping up too much. Maybe you're out of breath. Maybe you're fading. That stage time, you can't cheat. So Clarence has more stage time this year. So that's why I would give him the nod. That's why just above
now let's put this in the matters, right? So when you got people like Clarence who've done shows, right? And then they place and then they get feedback, then maybe a judge say, "Hey, sit down. Grow into the Olympia."
But they didn't tell him that because JM called him and told him to do Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying.
No. Come on now. Y'all talking to somebody who know a lot of shit when it comes to this damn sport.
JM wants everybody to do his show.
I was going to say.
JM ain't Tyler. JM ain't Bill. JM is not them judges. JM would love for everyone to come do the Pittsburgh Pro. That's just the most promoted show of the year when it comes to
the president's show. Yeah,
that's the biggest show.
They told Dustin to sit down for a bit. Ben said that, and he said, "Know what? I'm gonna sit him down. I'm gonna listen to what the judges say. I'm gonna sit his ass down." Like Sandy told my
sometimes if you don't, and I get what you're saying, Banks. If you don't sit down and do what they say, they might move you back just because you're not listening. It happened to me.
They did it to me. I placed. Keep in mind, I placed second in front of Sandy twice, back-to-back weekends. She told me, "Listen, Alex, sit down, right? Put your bid in for the Arnolds. Come in early in the season." My naive ass didn't listen. Keep in mind, Steve DeVore's on that panel as well. I go next week to Mexico. I lose to what's his face? He placed second. I lost to Edvon and
Josh.
So I lost to somebody who I beat, from all the judges' perspective, like I had all the points ahead of him. Then 1 week later, he had all the points in front of me. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily the reason why, but for now on, if they tell me to sit my ass down, I'm gonna sit my ass down.
No, it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. They're telling you what to improve. You don't improve. It's like,
Well,
Because at the end of the day, like I get it. I can understand like if I guess that was your goal to just compete or whatever. But like I'm not saying nothing that this is just hypothetically thinking and saying like if I'm gonna continue to do shows just to do shows, that's fine. But if I'm being told to do something to sit down
to be better. Yeah.
to
Something that's
get
going to
better,
help you.
to help your placing at the biggest show in the world, I'm gonna go sit my ass down.
especially from
But there is a lot of guys who just don't listen to that feedback and just continue to do what they do.
I was one of them, you know.
So was I.
We learn though, and you understand it once you have the experience. That's why doing this podcast and talking from experience is going to help and save a lot of people time, because there might be that athlete that thinks, "Hey, I'm so close, I'm going to keep going." You know, you might be moved back. Now with me, last year doing the 7 shows I did, I was never told to stop. You know, I was in that consistent top 3, top 2, and I never moved back. You were as well, Alex, but the thing was, I started to get harder and better throughout the season.
That's different.
Exactly.
That's different.
Exactly. They saw something. They saw my physique getting worse. Like my back was fading. I was, bro.
It's
my
stress. It's a lot of different things that could be playing a role that and you're going to use this as you know, tools for the future shows that you do, and it's only going to help you, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I was traveling all across the country. Like I went to the West Coast twice.
Let me tell you, especially when you see some of these judges, right? When you see some of these judges, just because they ain't your coach, they still sitting in that fucking front row judging you every time you step on stage. They sit up there telling your silly, stupid ass to stop competing, but you still up here looking faded, flat, dumb as hell. Like, sit your ass down. Like, it's that
you
simple.
need the reinforcement. You need the reinforcement. Everybody else is telling you how good you look. Like, take your friends out of it and your mom. Like, you got to listen to the judges.
Thank you. And that's what I didn't do. I'm sitting here hearing everybody say, do one more. You're so close. Do one more. Right? I'm listening to
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because you're like, hey, if I didn't do it, fuck, I would have smoked this lineup. But if I do it and I'm second, I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have done it. Because look.
See? Exactly.
Because it hurts. It kills you. It kills you every time. It takes a piece of you away. Like, you're like, fuck this, I'm going to quit. And then you have like a cheat meal and then a day and you're like, you're back on it. You know, you're back on. Like, I got to do it. I got to stay. Like, it's an addiction almost.
It's very sticky. And like I said, I don't know if he was told that or not. But when people start doing these shows and they start getting all these sporadic different places, it's not just because I peaked wrong or whatever. It's these judges see shit as well. Yeah. Like, they see you. They see
like you could be in the best shape ever. Like, for me, I know that, you know, my back needed to improve. It needed to. I'm not going to move up. You know, I could be the most conditioned guy. Like, Clarence could be the most conditioned guy. But if you lack certain body parts, it don't matter how conditioned you are. You're not going to, like Dan, for example, the dude's a freak. But there's certain things that are so great and there's certain things that just lag to where, you know, you're not gonna make, you know, crazy improvements. No matter how peeled you get, you still have to fix that structure. You still have to build the muscle that you need in order to be more complete.
That's a lack of flow and balance. That's the definition of that. It's a lack of flow and balance. All right, and then we got George Brown and Andre Benson. Again, Andre's feeling himself for good reason though. He's looking phenomenal. George Brown and Mehdi, they have a bet going right now. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
I saw earlier. Yeah, I
there's
saw
some
earlier.
shit talking, bro. George is feeling himself, but you know, when I peel back all the layers,
every right to. Yeah,
I was gonna say, bro, think about it. When you peel back all the layers, the one thing that you notice in this lineup is not. You can point out flaws, and then again, you can point out flaws in everybody in terms of they're missing something, right? Like Vitor, the most famous on or you know the favorite on paper, doesn't have the best back. His midsection is either on or off, right? And then Ali, same difference, right? His back, and last time we saw him wasn't necessarily all the way dialed. Again, Clarence missing the back, always on from conditioning, but then you look at Andre and then George, right? Probably the most balanced and complete guys on stage, front to back, conditioning, right? Overall structure. I don't know, man. Like if they
Okay,
bring
hold on
George,
then. Hold on then. So what, we doing top 5 picks right now or what? Because I mean, it seems like we kind of know what we're talking about.
I was just trying to educate, but if you're trying to get us in trouble,
Look,
I was just trying to educate.
hey, I mean, shit, we might as well say what it is.
All right. Well, let's give context, and then we'll wrap up with that. But again, Andre, George, I think extremely balanced. Again, Andre, so impressed with his backs. Probably going to be one of the smaller guys on stage again, yet and still one of the most complete guys on stage. Every show he has done, he was one of the smaller guys, but has always still been in that conversation every single time. I think he could still work on his posing a little bit. I think his back is phenomenal. Again, he cut his hair. I think that's going to put him in that top conversation, that alone. And
yes. That's why he won. That's why he won LA.
That's why he won. I guarantee you, his setup is in the pantry. So it doesn't, like, this man got everything working for him right now. But I'm telling you, man, I think Andre's going to be, he's going to be higher than a lot of people, probably are thinking because of the names who are on this list. And then of course, George, man, George is, I talked to him and I know his game plan. He's pushing hard for conditioning. I mean, I think it's smart going against Vitor and then going against Ali. I think conditioning is going to be what separates him. Saw his updates today. He's still full. He's still round. And he said he's eating into the show. So at this point, he's likely only going to get fuller and rounder and harder. And again, he's not really missing anything. I think back detail is one thing, but he still has a back, right? I think obviously detail through the front is there. I know he's going to yell at me for this, but maybe Andre might have a better structure, but he still has a good structure, right? There's not a lot of things that he just doesn't have. That's why balance right now is leaning in his favor, all right? And then, I don't know, man. That one's going to be hard. But, Drew, what do you see in say, that matchup in itself?
So I think it's going to come down to Andre and GB. And the reason being is because I think two of the most complete guys, and also – they're getting better each show that they do.
Wait, hold on.
Yep. Here we go.
For one and two?
I was waiting for it.
1 and 2.
You crazy as hell. You crazy as hell.
We're gonna recap this too.
Don't start acting like Hart McGrath on this damn podcast.
No. Hey, I was gonna give my reasons.
You
all right.
wait.
All right.
I'm gonna explain. I always have an opinion, but I'm gonna say why I got my opinion.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what are you going to say, Alex?
I just wanted to let people know that Vitor is doing it too. He's a favorite on paper, the highest current Olympian in the lineup. I think we just need to jump to the predictions and then the reason why.
To me, he's fresh. George and Andre are getting tighter.
He just came from competing.
He still took time off. Now these other guys just had 2 shows.
Off. Did you not see his updates?
What was his last show?
See his back?
Bro, he looks good.
Did you not see none of his updates?
No, his last show was the Arnold UK. His last update was nuts, bro. His last updates was nutty.
Bruh, you're crazy as hell.
I got
all them dudes. I respect all them dudes.
You got Vitor winning?
Fuck yeah.
All right, Aaron, you want to go first?
I'm going Vitor first, Ali Bilal. And since that lineup is like that, I'll go Clarence, GB, Andre. Top 5 right there.
This is such a coin toss, bro.
I got GB battling out with Dre. That's what I see. From the core in the front to GB being as hard as he is, the back could still have improvements.
No, GB can be hard as he can. He's not fucking with Vitor's front.
I think Vitor just is in and out in his front pose with his stomach. I feel like his abs are always releasing. He looks great. But it's just next to a guy who's going to expose his weaknesses.
Also controlled that, though. They controlled that.
And
it wasn't like that at the regular Arnold, Ohio. Yes. Arnold, UK, it wasn't like that. They controlled that shit.
This is hard, man, because
I'm thinking about every possible outcome, too. And a lot of it is just coming down to what I've already seen so far this year. I personally wasn't impressed with Vitor's looks this year. I just wasn't. I thought Andre Benson was the most impressive physique watching the LA stream I think from front to back, I think he was the most complete. When you think of Vitor, there's weaknesses. I just see the stomach and I see a weaker back.
Okay, so then what I'm gonna go off of is okay. What did Tyler Mannion say about Vitor? Where was his weaknesses at?
It was
I
back.
thought he
back.
wanted a mainstream, right? You wanted
No,
him more
Yeah,
downsized.
it was
and
his back.
he did that, and his back looks pretty damn good right now. It ain't
Well,
horrible how
that's
it
what
was.
makes this is what makes it interesting though too, because there's a lot of updates that I haven't seen, and then I base it on what I've seen throughout the rest of the year as well. Like I don't
Listen,
have my favorites and all that. Like I have guys that I just see physique in. I just feel like the more complete guys are going to be. I mean, Vitor is still complete. He still has a great look, but it's also who he's standing next to. So I look at, okay, in my mind, if I have GB from the front and I have Vitor from the front, I have Vitor coming in second to GB. I just do from the front, from the abs to the hardness to the posing. I just have Vitor second to GB. I really do.
You're crazy.
You had GB fifth.
No, I had GB fourth.
yeah, he had Dre fifth. Let me make sure this is
Bro,
very clear.
there's nothing wrong with like I said, GB is complete. GB got the structure, but
Vitor to me just has a shorter torso and just doesn't have the
bro,
aesthetic look.
it's not about that. When you put them both on the stage next to each other, Vitor has them.
And this is hard because like we're not
it's
trying to choose who we would put there, right? We're trying to think of what the
Right.
judges are going to put there. Like,
and I'm telling you, the judges ain't finna put GB right there in front of fucking Vitor. That's just not happening.
I want to see a comparison. I really do. I want to see a comparison because I don't
We
think
don't see
they've
a
ever been on
comparison.
stage.
In 4 days.
Well,
right.
that's the whole point.
Right.
We're also hyping this shit up because I want to see
Right.
how it is, and I want to start recapping shows too and breaking it down.
Oh, we definitely.
I want to also
definitely.
go back to that too because I mean, there's times that I'm right and there's times that I'm wrong, and I like to also learn from. There's always times where who would have had Venetia second at the Arnold? You know what I'm saying? Like there's always that guy that pops up, and it's like he even beat Vitor, and nobody would ever had him there. So it all comes down to who
The only
peaks that
reason
day
why
too.
he beat Vitor was because his conditioning was there. But his front, I don't like his front better than Vitor's.
I agree.
Vinicius was so peeled and conditioned at the Arnold when he turned to the back, he could have won the show.
Bro,
But that's what I'm also trying to say with like Andre Benson coming in peeled can expose people. A GB coming in peeled can expose people. He can. I mean,
really
it's so that's why I'm trying to look at it, especially when they're only getting better. These guys are getting better. Like I'm not saying Vitor's getting any worse.
You're talking about someone who is a fucking freakishly peeled person.
He is, but there's still lines that fade.
Vitor.
But there's still lines. They could have better lines than Vitor. Like conditioning and lines are a little bit different. Like GB has a different muscle maturity look with deeper lines and a better.
His muscle bellies are full. His muscle bellies, he has that. But if that was the case, I mean, there would be a lot of more guys in the top 10 than some of those guys with full muscle bellies that are sitting in fucking 16th place.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
Again, it's about the overall balance and not just these one specific things that maybe one person may not got. But when we sit here and talk about on paper what Tyler Mannion has said, what these judges have said, and you put an all-around Vitor versus a GB, ain't no fucking way.
See, that's where it gets hard because like if you say Vitor, then for the same reasons you say Vitor, it's almost hard not to say Ali coming second. Like
Ali is nowhere near muscle maturity wise and as conditioned as Vitor.
Oh, bro, Ali's peeled. He's peeled, bro. Like,
well, that's what we would have to see.
It's different under the stage lights too.
Yeah,
it's different under the stage lights too. Like muscle maturity, you could have two guys with the same body fat, but somebody can look leaner because of the maturity.
True,
100%.
Very true.
And the peak too, right? Like
and the age of these guys. Like you look at, like Andre Benson. I'm not going to sleep on him either, man. Like I think he could pull it off. I really do. I think he could. I think that he'll be up there. I think.
Yep.
You know, I have him in GB. That's originally what I said. No, I'm getting influenced a little bit because I'm taking into account Vitor. But I do no, because I'm trying to hear everything. I'm trying to look at it from your guys' perspective, as I would expect you to look at it from mine as well, to kind of understand where my head's at. That's why we talk about this. So I kind of look at it as
it's balance.
Just the guys that I've seen already this year. I try to make sense of it, but I have Andre and GB battling it.
Is that 1-2?
I have 1 and 2. Andre, GB. I have Vitor third. I have Ali or Clarence fourth. Like I said, I'm going to give a nod to Clarence, and then I'm going to put Ali fifth, and I'll throw Deke Walker in sixth.
But you nodded Clarence to fourth when he's better conditioned than majority of these dudes that you're talking about?
But he has a weak back. Which
they all do besides GB and Dre.
But I still think that Vitor has better lines in his back than Clarence.
He has enough back, and he has enough back, and he has more width than Clarence.
That's the thing, and the thing about Vitor is he has the width, he has the thickness, his pop is fucking.
His latch.
When I seen Buddy, I'm like, that shit look crazy.
He's crazy, but then you start to think, is it too much? Like Tyler said, mainstream the look. He still looks very big to me. He looks very big to me. So that's what I'm trying to also look at.
But he makes the weight cap. That's like motherfuckers telling me, Banks, bro, you look fucking 30 pounds heavier. I do, but I'm still going to make the weight cap.
But like we talked about earlier, like whether you make the weight cap or not, you could be like way under it. It's just a matter of the look.
Yeah.
Matter of the
so,
look.
you know, being I'm right at the cap, you know, but some guys are under the cap and can beat me. You know, look at Benson, look at all these guys. Like, that's why I try to, it's kind of like just, there's so many different variables to this. And that's why I love doing the predictions, you know, and we're always learning. It's not like we're right or wrong. At the end of the day, you know, you're going to find out if you're right or wrong, but it makes me kind of understand, like, we don't know who's speaking. We don't know if somebody's going to be a little softer, spilled over. Like, that's the thing. There's a lot of ifs, but just on paper, like you said, Vitor's
okay, hold on now. Now let's throw this into the picture. So Alex just posted about the coaches, right?
No.
Now let's talk about the consistency of the coaches. Who's consistently should win this show? Vitor. Am I right or am I wrong?
But you got to remember, Vitor just started working with Ariel. So I know Ariel was talking to me about how Vitor isn't used to eating on show day, and there was a lot of things that they're trying to figure out. Yeah, so
and his midsection was off at the last show. I'm sure they're going to figure this out for this show. But again, like you said,
but what if they figure it out and there's a new variable? Let's say he eats more, but maybe he's I don't know, he spills over. Maybe he's flat, or maybe there could be all different kinds of things. Working with a new body is hard. It's very difficult.
I mean, understand. Cuts this ain't like the second show. Like this, he's been working with him for a minute. This may be like the fourth, fifth show, but he's been working with him for just a little while. But
do you think he's ever?
But we haven't seen Vitor peak 100% yet.
I was going to say, have you ever seen him 100% nail it since working with Cuts? Now, again, obviously we know what Cuts can do. So, like, it's only even the fact that he didn't nail it these times. Look where he's still placed, right? So let's be real here. But yet and still,
he has the potential to win pretty much any show that there is.
He is the favorite in almost any show that he'll ever do. Like put that out there. And now with Cuts backing him, that's not going to change. It's only going to get better. So like everybody already knows that. So it doesn't change the fact that Vitor still is missing, at least from the last time we saw, you know, a strong body part, which it seems like everybody so far early in the season has come out with a strong back, right? That's one thing that Vitor is missing. Conditioning, fullness, hardness is there. The midsection is always the question mark. We've seen it tight, we've seen it loose, and we also seen when he gets tired on stage, it fluctuates. So that's going to be something that we have to keep a very close eye on. Now
that's why it's hard, because we've seen GB and we both seen Andre Benson, and we could say that their last showing, when they won, they were rewarded for winning, qualifying for the Olympia. They were on point.
Yeah.
Vitor hasn't won yet this year. I mean, last year. You kind of look at what his flaws were this year. Different lineups, I understand that, but it's who he was compared to. He placed where he did. And that's why he's a variable that I can't just give him the nod when he hasn't really done 100% yet.
All right.
What show did he win last year?
Vitor?
DC, right?
He won DC. Yeah, he's back-to-back champ at DC. And then he's placed second or
And do
third. He
y'all,
played second at Miami.
so do y'all think he was at his best at DC?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
I don't think he's ever been his best.
No, he was fuck, what show was that?
So who did he beat in DC?
Not that many people. And I remember that specifically. But
Stephen Cowell.
Yeah,
Was Josh Guidry in there?
no. I remember seeing him at Miami though the week before in person. Dre beat him, right? Dre wasn't 100%, but
Daniel Ammons was right
yes,
behind him, I believe,
was
right?
right behind
Okay,
him.
fourth. Okay, I remember now.
That was a stacked show. Deke Walker was fifth. That was a pretty.
I remember they moved Deke to center right away, and he started
Yeah.
pinching his back, and then they moved him out.
Yep.
So he's another guy that you can't sleep on. And then we start talking about more of these guys, and we base it on like if they didn't pinch, how would he have been? But the President's Show, I think it's a little bit different. I mean, you got Tyler there. You got the head of the head judges. I mean, they know what they want. So,
and that's why I'm going to go with Vitor for the win. And that's why I'm going with Vitor for the win. But I was juggling this back and forth. Same thing, bro. I get why you have George and Dre because they're the most balanced.
Same.
Like they really are.
Don't get me wrong. I don't just not agree with you. It's just the type of show, what show, who's going to be at that show, that lineup.
and on paper, based on their previous appearances.
Yes.
So.
But
it's all about not the perception, but just
that's the
the overall shit going into.
See,
the
now we just hyped up this show for so many people,
I know,
including myself. I'm more excited about
We're
it.
also just
That's
pissed
why I
off
love this. Hey, no, it's all.
I'm just waiting on my plane ticket to be booked. I'm supposed to be out there, so I'm gonna give y'all some live action.
Oh shit! All right.
Second. Damn. I want to say George. I want to say George.
Say it. Stand on it.
He's gonna talk about you on live tomorrow. He's gonna call you out on live.
No. Second I have George, and then third I have Dre. Fourth I have Ali, and then fifth I have Clarence. Sixth I have Deke.
So after all that shit, you talking about? Oh my God, Ali looks so puke. You gonna put him fourth?
Bro, he does look peeled, but I think he still has a lot, like you said, with the shape. Like you can't hinder like that shape from the back. Like he's gonna have a bigger waist, a shorter torso look.
He was never not peeled.
To guys, it's a very aesthetic lineup. These guys are all aesthetic. I mean, Ali has the biggest waist, so from the back especially, it's a waist to shoulder ratio show. Like Men's Physique is waist, shoulder to waist, on top of being full, on top of being conditioned, on top of holding your poses and not fading. So I feel like Ali would be moved back a little bit. I have Ali fifth. I have Clarence above Ali. I already explained why.
I would love to see Dre get his 10th win here, or GB get his 10th win here. That would be legendary at the President's Show. But
and then he's gonna be on one, man. I get so entertained watching this shit.
I
guarantee nobody's talking about me being old now. Like,
he's definitely gonna jump into Palmetto, or right? I think that's the show coming up. He's definitely Louisiana. He's definitely jumping into that show if he doesn't snag it here, and he's gonna be talking all the shit going into that show.
He's already snagged it. He's not doing that. He's gonna sit down after this one.
I guarantee it, bro. Watch. I'm telling you, he's going.
Has he told you? Has he told you?
He hinted at it. He hinted at like he wants that 10th win. So his plan was to do the show the whole time. Like that was the prep he was going like from the start of the season. That's the show that he was aiming for this entire time. But then Charlotte was in his hometown. He said, "Screw it, we'll do it." And then he was going to go out to the Dark Sport event, and then Mike called him and said, "Nah."
I hope George does it. Last time I was on stage with George was he said his most memorable win was Hurricane. So being next to George on stage, I feel like I don't know. I always just love being on stage with competitors that are decorated. I just love it.
I want to stand on stage. I don't think I've ever, outside of the Olympia, I've never stood on stage with him. I want to stand on stage with him, like, and get that experience. Like him, Dre, before they hang it up. But that'll be dope. All right. Any final words on Pittsburgh before we get to these questions?
I'm just excited. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. It's going to be – this is the season, man. This is the kick up.
It's going to be fun, man.
Like
we got to link this video to JM. We got to be like, hey, we hyped this show up for you even more.
Yeah, bro. Next time, fly us out.
Fly us out radio.
Fly us out. We need to do the coverage.
Yeah, used to that. But All right, man. Yeah, good luck to everybody competing this weekend. And this again, like I said, man, this is the kickoff to the season. We got New York following, right? We got Optimum after that, Miami, man.
It's gonna start getting
summer
heated.
is
I think
heating up, man.
there's so many shows in June. I think there's like 2 on each day, each weekend.
Bro.
It's wild.
Like there's 3 the weekend of Toronto that I just found out. I'm like, what?
Wow.
That's insane.
That's wow.
People gonna be looking where everyone's going and booking last minute.
That's the thing. Unless you're posting it, you don't know who's doing what because that list is already coming out and it's final. So nobody can be like, "Oh, he's doing this." So last second, I'm gonna pull out and do this. Last year, there was people on both lists for certain shows.
Oh, bro, I was trying to after Tampa. I placed third. I came back pre-judging. I was with Ben. He was like, "Bro, book your flight right now to Phoenix. It's a show tomorrow." I was like, "What?" They're like, "You think they'll let me?" He was like, "Bro, I had no Betty. I'll just DM her real quick and ask." Bro, we were looking up flights. It was
they ain't
was that the show Rodrigue won?
What's up?
Is that the show Rodrigue won?
Okay. Yeah, bro. I thought Ryan should have won that. No disrespect, but we'll leave it at that. All right.
Who, Ryan Clark?
Yeah, I thought he had that one. No question. I thought he had that one. I'm listening. Rod is a.
Hey, Rod beat me last year in Alabama, and it was one of those like. Hey, Rod, he's a guy who I think looks amazing. When he worked with Ariel was his best, and I think he knows that. When he won Phoenix the first year, out of this world. I don't know what happened, but he wasn't the same Rod ever since then, and he was off.
Ended up having stomach problems.
Bro,
I remember every time I seen him at check-ins, he'd be like, "Oh, my stomach's all messed up," and you could kind of tell because he always had like that bloat in his stomach, and that's why I never wanted to take away from anybody. I mean, he didn't win the show; he got second. He placed above me, and we both got the same feedback. It was like your conditioning's great, but you need more back, and it was kind of like, but the winner didn't really have back, so it was like one of those backhanded, responses to where, oh, you need more upper chest, but then the winner didn't have upper chest. It's like one of those things to where they just kind of tell you something. But, I mean, it's over and done with. All I'm saying is he peaked back when it was Optimum in 2020. That's when he looked great. He started really pushing size, and I think that it kind of threw off proportions a little bit. He's naturally a massive dude.
I just don't think, bro, like, I'm sorry. We talk about standard and the look. I just don't think his body flows.
Not right now. Not with how he's been looking. Not right now. It's I talked to him. He's doing Phoenix again this year, and he says that's it. I don't know if it's heads into it. I know he's got a girl now, and he's happy. I'm happy for him, but you know how that is sometimes. Like your head's out of it when you got other things going on. So, last 2 Olympia appearances, I think he was last call out. So it's just one of those things for him that maybe he's just going to take a little bit of a break. Maybe he's just not all into it anymore because you might lose that passion. You might lose that fire a little bit.
Absolutely.
And that's what people got to understand in this sport. Like you get burnt out because he did a lot of shows those first 3 years. He's a 4-time Olympian. He was a top 8 before. Like he was at the top, so it just some people, it just happens to some people. So, I hope he listens to this. It's all love, it's always love to all these guys. So it's just our
I don't say if you've been to Olympia as many times as he did, man, you forever deserve your respect. Nobody can be talking down on somebody if you haven't accomplished what he's accomplished. So nothing but love for him. He's
Hey, I wasn't top 8. I wasn't top 8 at Olympia. He achieved more than I have done so far. So, I mean, it's always a guy that pretty much my point is he was a guy that I wanted to be on stage with and beat because he had the resume.
Yeah.
So whenever there's somebody I show, like if GB does Louisiana, it's like, hey, I want to beat him. Like, I want to beat him. I want to beat GB. I want to beat the guy who's 9-time Olympian. I want to beat somebody like that because then it makes me feel like, okay, I'm here, like a passive of the torch type thing. Like, hey, I earned my spot. I'm not just beating, some random guy or going into a show and just kind of being the front runner. And then, no, when you beat somebody that's worthy, that's when the win really sinks in. You know what I'm saying? Like when Daniel Emmons beat Andre Ferguson, you can't tell me that he was like, not just the win, but beating a guy like that. It's crazy.
I was there watching that shit. I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Bro, Dre might be the funniest guy to ever watch on stage. He literally got off
I seen him at Atlantic Coast.
He got off stage and sat down in the front row while the guys were on stage in comparisons, bro. I'm like, I've never seen that's so much confidence, bro. Like first call out is in the back, or not even the back. It's just on the side to the stage. He gets off the stage, sits in the front row, and is talking. I'm like, I've never seen
Hey,
anything like that.
he's got that New York persona, bro.
Bro,
Like
just
it's that New
confidence.
York lip. That guy's him and George. I want to see him go back and forth. I want to see that conversation.
Yeah,
I
that would
think
be.
they're two extended clips going at each other. I'd be like,
Imagine, yeah, put
throw
him.
Ben in there too.
I was gonna say him, Ben, and GV in a lineup would be funny.
I want to
But
have one of those guys argue a bank dispute for me. I would win that shit every time, bro. I would win that shit every time.
oh my
Oh,
god.
wait.
All right, you ready? Let's jump into these, man. Again, good luck to everybody stepping on stage this weekend. Such a prestigious though, man. Soak that moment up. I can't wait to one day to cross that off my bucket list. Now,
Absolutely.
we got some funny ones, or ones that, dude, I don't know why so many people have had this question, but what's your guys' thoughts on smoking weed in prep?
I don't.
I don't either. I don't
Yeah.
smoke. I mean, some people it works for, some people it doesn't. I mean, I can't speak on something I don't do, but I always just got fucking paranoid.
Yeah, no, I smoked well, I was a chain smoker practically, up until this past year. You know, once I started growing businesses and realizing how much effect it actually had on me, I actually stopped 2022, so the end. Yeah, so it's just been just over a year now, a year and 4 months or so. After the Olympia in 2022, because I smoked so much there, my throat was fucking killing me. Like, you know, in Vegas, it's illegal, and I stopped smoking after that, and it gave me this eye-opening experience on how productive I could actually be, and that's when I realized
Your goals shifted. You found a void that kind of filled that hole, and it's
I-
business, it's content.
exactly.
You found your thing. So
I couldn't sit here and do quality content, speak in front of a camera as high as I was back in the day. Like, I would be zoning out.
Nope.
I would be calling Drew, Aaron. Like, I would be sitting here just saying some dumb shit that didn't make sense. It would not catch it. Like, it just keep moving like
Right.
it never happened. So I was so much as much as I thought I was a functioning high, it wasn't. Now I will say the reason I got into it so heavily was because of truthfully, like the trend wave was hitting me. I couldn't sleep. I was still, even now, I'll wake up 2, 3 in the morning. I get up and go pose just because I'm like, I got to do something, right? But back then I would just, hit the bowl, literally roll over, hit the bowl right next to me, go back to sleep, and that would actually work. So it helped in some aspects, but it hurt in so many others that it didn't level itself out. Personally, I don't recommend doing it to do it, like, for bodybuilding, right? If you're trying to do it for bodybuilding, for that, don't do it. I mean, if you're somebody who already smokes, and the question is it going to make me worse?
risk versus reward. Like if it's really
Exactly.
benefiting you, some people it benefits, but for me, I mean, obviously Andre doesn't affect him, but he
No.
knows what works for him. I know his story. He was talking about how he can't work out and do it, but he goes home, and if that's his method to get rest and chill out and keep his mind ready, then hey, it works for him.
Yes, sir. All right. Most cardio you've ever done in a prep?
90 minutes a day.
You?
Damn, that's a lot.
It's the most I ever did. Yeah.
Bro, I did 2 hours for the Olympia.
What?
Like old school 2 hours, bro. Hour in the morning.
Your
hour,
body's just flat. Like you're gonna get
bro.
conditioned, but then you're just flat. You're all inflamed too. Probably had that soft peeled
Y'all
look.
ready for this?
How much?
Y'all ready? The most I've ever done in a prep was 45 minutes.
That's some bullshit.
And most I think we're going to do this year is probably 30 minutes.
You the type of
I'm
people
at I'm at 25 right now, and for Olympia prep, I did no cardio. He just
Bro,
had me do like steps, like to where I'd be walking around my yard. Like, yeah, I don't even count that as cardio. It's like walking. I mean,
See,
Yeah, bro, we don't. Cardio is not a crazy thing for
for cuts.
some people.
because he learns your metabolism.
Because the thing is, like you said, he learns your metabolism. He knows when to pull it, when to shut it down, when to do this, when to do that. And bro, your body just starts to fire.
And it's not
it's
just
all-
genetic either. Look at you, Banks. You were a guy that was out of shape.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like people
That's true.
think that like, oh, he just has the genetics, or Drew, he just naturally lean so he could get away with it. No, I had to build my metabolism up for years
Yep.
to be
Now-
able to do 25 a day and still make progression.
I will
It's
say
all on
this.
that diet.
This is the least, and sadly enough, I'm doing 60 minutes right now. This is the least I've ever done at this point in the prep. So, I mean, I'm not going to say it's ideal, but it's definitely better than what it used to be. But a lot of coaches will throw more cardio in not knowing what to do for food, right? Not knowing what lever to pull to systemic fatigue is a real thing, right? If you fatigue your body to a degree where your legs are giving out on you, right? Don't get me wrong. These things are come a little bit deeper into prep and just overall legs feeling heavy, being tired. But there's a big difference. And I see a lot of people, coaches who don't necessarily know how to get somebody conditioned based off of, what levers to pull meal wise. So they just increase output as much as physically possible, right? That's where you want to be a little on edge. Now, everybody's body is different, right? So great coaches, there's coaches out there who are phenomenal, even top level bodybuilders, they have their athletes doing hour plus cardio, and then the same coach will have another client doing, like 20 minutes of cardio. It just, everybody is different in that aspect. But again, more isn't always better. That's something I want to make sure that's very clear.
I do want to say that a lot of people that are bodybuilders, you think that the more you suffer, the more progression you're going to make. And that's not true. Less is actually more. Sometimes my best conditioning for Chicago, as I've already said earlier, I obviously there was a lot of shows that accumulated to that look, but it was kind of like me letting myself go, doing less cardio, still training, got back to my diet, hit a peak, best look ever.
Yep.
Sometimes that stress, less stress in your body, less cardio, that inflammation is going to kind of drain out a little bit, drain out some more water. And, you become a little bit more relaxed. When you got to worry about doing cardio or 90 minutes, 2 hours or whatever it is, your body's like already, you're thinking it. So then your body's like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. You're stressed out. That stress hormone's releasing more cortisol. Then you're holding more water. So that cardio really isn't benefiting you. It's hurting you more.
Absolutely.
So you don't need to suffer. A lot of people, sometimes you do, but until you figure out what works, I just say, hire a good coach. They're going to tell you what you need to do.
Aaron, you could answer this the best because you've been on stage at both of these. I've been on stage at one. I've been in the crowd for another. And then, Drew, you can answer this from the most recent perspective. Do you like the Olympia in Las Vegas or Orlando better, and why?
Wow. To be honest, I like Orlando better, just because it's fucking peaceful. There's not fucking millions of people fucking everywhere. And Vegas it's a madhouse. We got to go from this fucking exhibition to that exhibition hall.
I agree.
Over here, across the street, wait for all these goddamn cars. Ain't nobody want to do all that.
Go through the casino, everybody's smoking.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
The smoking, the hotel, can't
Uber
don't
ride.
got no fucking microwave.
You're on floor like 26, and the elevator's packed.
Mehdi missed prejudging, right, at the Olympian in 2022. He missed prejudging because got an Uber ride to the wrong venue and missed it. I'm like, I remember speaking with him backstage. That's the first time I ever met him, bro. And he was still happy-go-lucky. He was like, man, it was just God's plan.
He's the first one to qualify for the Olympia, and then he wasn't able to get on stage.
But I agree. I think,
bro, I don't know what I would do with myself. If I miss this Olympia
Vegas,
stage.
No, Vegas, man,
It's party cities. There's too much distractions. It's not
more
really just bodybuilding. Orlando, it's like just bodybuilding.
Bro, like destroys me. I got asthma, bro, and that cigarette smoke, that shit is gross. Like
it's
that's
more for the fans.
Shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like if I see a girl smoke, I'm like,
nope.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God. Like
You get the
it's
immediately.
just not it.
See,
It's not it.
I think Vegas is awesome. I just think that it's more for the fans, and Orlando is more for the athletes. So for those of you who don't know, for Vegas, all the athletes are in one hotel, and then prejudging's in one venue, and then the finals is another venue, and Ubers, from one to another is all over the place, and it's not easy. But then meanwhile, when you're in Orlando, it's basically 3 massive hotels combined in the
all in one. Yeah, you could just walk. Easier to travel
with a
and
walkway.
It's supposed to be easier this year.
That's what I heard.
It being at Resorts World, I can't wait for it.
I guess it was all over the place before, because when COVID threw everything off, you had to pre-book all this stuff years in advance because there's so many conventions in Vegas. So that's why they had it like Planet Hollywood. They had it. I was dating a girl at the time that competed, and I remember just going all around. It was like, damn, we had to be everywhere like hour or two in advance. And it was like, it's more stress, everything. And I just remembered I was stressed out. I wasn't even competing. So I'm like, imagine the athletes and just, being all over the place all day. So I'd have to say I like Orlando better. I mean, obviously they're both great. We're there for one reason, but as far as just getting around, what would be easier for me as an athlete, I liked Orlando.
Good segment or good segue into the last question. Girlfriend in prep, is it a distraction or no?
Depends on the girl. I'm gonna say it's a distraction. I've been single since uh,
It's a
January of
distraction.
2023. So I mean, I've made my progress. Went to my first Olympia, doing all my shows pretty much by myself, traveling like with my mom, my dad, like in between, kind of flip flopping. And I've been so much more productive and successful with my general life, my business. Really just mentally clear, a lot more stable. Like I just think that I have a small window right now, and that's for bodybuilding. That's for me to brand myself. That's for me to focus on my business. That there could be a special person that comes into my life, but I don't think that I'm in the mental capacity right now to allow them while I have all these goals going on right now. Like
Yeah.
it's very difficult and it could throw me off. I'm a lover. Like I'm going to put that person first and then it takes away from me. And I can't blame them for that. You know, it's just me. I'm going to be a giver. I stop what I do to kind of put them on a pedestal, and I just got to not do that. And it's hard. So I just take it completely out of the equation.
I'll try to keep this one short, man. I think it's more of a distraction than not, but I think in certain circumstances it can work for you and not against you. I've been with my now wife for 7 years. Our anniversary is coming up. Our wedding anniversary is coming up here next week. Yeah, but for the first 3-4 years of our relationship, 3 years, when I was still in college, I started bodybuilding. It was a distraction. There was no question. She didn't understand the life, and I was just learning the lifestyle, so I didn't really know. And I've always been somebody, even to this day, put it on everything I love. I'd never missed or never cheated on my meal plan, none of that. And she was the type that we went out every single, date night somewhere, anywhere, right? Like that's what her love language was. Like, take me out and I don't care where the fuck it is, just get me food, right? And that was sacrificed. And because of that, our relationship was never at its best. I became more short-tempered. I was still learning how to deal with a lot of the, let's just say, compounds going through my body, and it was not easy, right? And then over the years, it became more understood, and she is a rock now, bro. Like she fully understands what I go through, what I have to do. If I'm laying in bed and she knows that I just don't want to be spoken to, she don't speak. She just sit there, lays next to me, and whatever show we're watching. And that is a calm over me. Like when her presence is a calm and not a distraction anymore, like it used to be. So she's there. She hasn't missed a show yet. She books all the flights, all this stuff. Like she's almost like, when it comes to the shows and stuff, she's like almost like an assistant when it comes to it, just because she wants to take that stress off of me. So it's a blessing and a curse, but if you have a good woman who's willing to slow down in order to help you speed up, it can be something that sets you up for more success than you can ever imagine.
I like that. I like that, man.
Yeah. All right, guys.
It'll definitely be a distraction. I'll tell you that, boy.
Bro, you know what? We gonna speak off camera because your love life is kind of funny. We gonna speak off camera. But again, guys,
Can't be that much of a distraction. You won the Olympia.
That was the year. Like
I remember. I think I know.
that was probably one of the most stablest years.
Okay.
That was more stable, stable than any other year.
My wife really focuses on like relationships, like who's dating who in bodybuilding, and she went from seeing you post and then not post. I was like, oh man,
I remember that too. I remember that too.
Hey, we gonna talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
All right. Regardless, guys, this is probably the longest podcast we did, but I hope you guys enjoy this one. Seriously,
I didn't even notice how long it was.
yeah, and that's the best part, bro. The movement has been absolutely insane. Again, NPR is making waves. If you guys haven't already, go show us some support and love on our Instagram page. Honestly, we're still trying to find the direction of what we even want to post on there. But right now, we're just trying to give you guys as much value as possible. A lot more segments from the podcast will be uploaded on there. And I'm telling you guys right now, there's so much to come. Ideas that are consistently mulling over that's going to continue to give value back to this industry, not just through our words, but also through action, which is something we're so excited to peel back the layers and show you guys eventually. Again, this is just the beginning. I think this division and this industry in general needs more of this. And again, your guys' consistent positivity, your comments, you know, it means a lot more than you guys realize, especially when this is a new platform and we're really just trying to figure it out, you know. So if you guys ever have suggestions, if you guys ever want us to answer specific questions, talk about a specific topic, segment, we're open to it. You know, and that's the best part. We're watching, we're listening. And, you know, right now we're just having fun while doing this, man. So we appreciate the support. And, again, another episode down. We'll see you guys in the next one.
You see innocence, I see inner sin. Sick of asking, we about to start blasting. Sick of waiting, we about to start taking.